If you had invested just $200 a month since 2010, you'd have $84,000 today. Not because you were lucky, not because you had a high salary, because you understood one thing they never taught you in school. Here's the truth. Most people are terrified of money. They think it's complicated. They think it's only for the rich. They think the system is rigged, and honestly, they're not entirely wrong. But here's what they don't tell you. The rules exist. They're just never explained to people like us. Over the next 15 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how money really works. So clearly, so simply, that you'll ask yourself one question: why did nobody ever teach me this? Welcome to Damn. This is how money really works, what they never teach. Here is what they taught you in school about money. Money is a neutral medium of exchange, a tool to buy things. Now that you understand how money is created, let me show you something that will make your blood boil. The system was not designed by accident. It was built this way intentionally. Back in the 17th century, there were London goldsmiths who stored valuable assets for wealthy merchants. These goldsmiths started issuing paper receipts. Pretty soon, merchants realized they could trade these receipts instead of moving the actual gold around. The goldsmiths noticed something interesting. Most people never came to cash in their receipts at the same time. So they started issuing more receipts than they had gold to back them up. They loaned out paper that did not exist and charged interest for the trouble. This is not a theory. This is not a conspiracy. In 2014, the Bank of England published an official paper confirming exactly this. Banks do not take your deposits and lend them to someone else. Banks create money from nothing when they issue a loan. So if money is created from nothing, who controls it? And what does that mean for you? But that definition misses the entire story. The truth is this. Right now, sitting in your bank account, almost 97% of the money you think you have does not physically exist. It is not cash, it is not coins, it is a number on a screen, a digital entry, a claim on something that may or may not be there. And here is the part nobody tells you. That money was created out of thin air, literally manufactured into existence at the moment a bank gave someone a loan. Let me walk you through exactly how this works. Say you walk into a bank and ask for a $200,000 mortgage to buy a house. The loan officer looks at your application, approves you, and here is what actually happens. Your bank does not go into a vault and pull out $200,000 in cash. Instead, they do something far more insidious. They use double entry bookkeeping. They record two things simultaneously. On one side, they write down an asset, a loan worth $200,000 that you now owe them. On the other side, they write down a liability, a deposit account in your name with $200,000 sitting in it. So what does this mean for you? It means you cannot ignore how money works, because it is working right now, and it is working against you. Most people respond to this in one of two ways. Some become angry and want to overthrow the system. Others feel defeated and give up. I want to show you a third way. Understanding how money is created gives you an unfair advantage. It means you stop seeing debt the way the average person sees it. For most people, debt is bad, period. A weight around their neck, a tool of enslavement. But for the ultra-wealthy, debt is a tool of leverage, a way to acquire assets without giving up ownership or paying taxes. They borrow money against appreciating assets, use that money to buy more assets, and when they die, their heirs inherit those assets with all the taxes wiped clean. This strategy has a name: buy, borrow, die, and it is completely legal. And at that exact moment, $200,000 was created. It did not exist before. It came into being because you signed a contract promising to repay it with interest. Now you take that money and buy a house. The seller deposits your check into their bank. Their bank does the exact same thing. They record the deposit, and that money now sits in the financial system. But here is what makes this system so twisted. Your bank did not create just $200,000. They created $200,000 of debt plus the interest you owe on top of it. If your mortgage rate is 5%, your bank has mathematically guaranteed that you must pay back $250,000. But they only created $200,000. The $50,000 in interest must come from somewhere, and that somewhere is the rest of the money supply, which is made up of other people's loan payments. I recently started this channel to break down how the financial world really works. We are still at the very beginning. so every subscriber really matters. If this kind of content helps you understand the world better, consider subscribing. It helps me keep going and make even better videos. Thanks. Let us continue. This creates a structural problem. Because loans are issued with interest, there is always more debt in the system than there is money. If everyone tried to pay off their debts at once, the money would run out. So what happens? The system requires new loans, continuous new loans. The banks must keep creating money through new mortgages, car loans, credit cards, and student loans just to keep the system functioning. It is like a massive game of musical chairs. The only way to keep the music playing is to keep adding more chairs. The moment you stop creating new debt, the whole thing collapses. And who benefits from this? The banks. They take your $50,000 in interest and pocket it. They created the $200,000 you borrowed for free, charged you $50,000 for the privilege, and transferred your future labor into their pocket. This is the engine of the system, and almost nobody understands it. Fast forward to 1694. The Bank of England is created. It is given a special power. It can issue banknotes backed by government debt. This ties money creation directly to how much the government borrows. Then in 1913, after a financial panic, the United States Federal Reserve is created. A group of wealthy bankers met at Jekyll Island and designed a system to protect themselves from future bank runs. They built a central bank that could print money anytime the system was in trouble. And here is the genius part. They did not call it what it was. They did not say, "We are protecting bankers." They said they were protecting the public. They used official language and academic credentials to make something that essentially was a private cartel sound like a public institution. Since then, the system has evolved globally. Today, your dollars are part of what is called the Eurodollar system. These are US dollars held in foreign banks. The market is worth over $10 trillion and operates almost entirely outside any regulatory oversight. The money you earn is created by banks. The interest you pay is taken by banks. The inflation that erodes the value of your savings occurs because banks keep creating more money to service old debts. And where does this money flow first? To the wealthy. When a central bank decides to print $5 trillion, that money does not land in your checking account. It lands in stock markets, real estate, and the portfolios of people who already have assets. By the time this newly created money reaches ordinary workers through wage increases, it has already caused inflation, so the purchasing power of your paycheck has already been weakened. This is called the Cantillon effect. And it is not a flaw in the system. It is the system working exactly as designed. You can learn this strategy, not to the same scale as billionaires, but enough to shift your financial trajectory. The first step is understanding what separates the wealthy from everyone else. It is not how much money they make, it is what they do with that money. They do not consume their paychecks. They invest them in income-producing assets. They do not borrow to buy depreciating items like cars and luxury goods. They borrow to buy appreciating items like real estate and stocks. And most importantly, they study. They read. They listen to podcasts like this. They learn how the game is played before they start playing. You now know how money is created. You know the system is structured to make interest payments flow upward to those who lend. You know debt can be a tool of wealth if used correctly. From here, you have a choice. So there you have it. Money is not what they taught you in school. It is not a neutral medium of exchange. It is a system of controlled debt creation designed to transfer your future labor to those who understand the rules. If this video helped you see money differently, smash that like button. Subscribe so you do not miss the next breakdown of how the world really works. Drop a comment telling me what financial topic you want explained next. The system is designed for most people to stay ignorant. You no longer have that excuse. The good news is that the rules are learnable.